Getting a trucking job in the UK was so easy over 15 years ago when I started. I used my test certificate that was given to me by the examiner to say that I had passed. My first job was so easy to get. I had only just passed, I think, within the month. I used Job Center Plus. That's what people use those days. I think like 90% the jobs went through Job Center Plus. I'm rolling in the MAN today, man. Yeah, with a double decker. Just finished my second run. Actually, I've done 2 double deckers today. Just catching my breath before I come out of here and get onto the A12 and get back down to London. So I lived in northwest London, NW9, Kingsbury area when I passed, and then my first job was in Greenford, UB6 postcode. Yeah, it was with a company called Pallet Line. Pallet Line had a couple of companies. They give franchises to people or operators. It was like a nationwide thing. Some things came from Birmingham, Scotland. I was on £90 an hour, roughly 10 hours to 12 hours. I think we were supposed to do 10 hours for £90, but the reality was I ended up all the time doing 12s, 13s, 11, 12s, you know. I was a very patient young person because I didn't complain. I knew I was learning something invaluable, so I didn't go complaining, you know, on the long runs, on the what. In fact, on this job is when I learned about multi drop. We had always about 12 drops, 14 drops, 12 drops, 8, 9 drops. Those were the lucky people. But that's where I learned about going to the farthest point and coming back on yourself. It was very difficult because this was a manual job. They give you goods on pallets and they give you a pump truck. You lift these things, pull them to the end, and you have a tail lift. Yeah, or what else do they call it? Yeah, gate lift. The one at the end where you flatten it and then lower and then deliver. It was very, very hard. In fact, I remember on that one, there used to be some deliveries worth 1 ton. A ton of bricks, half a ton of things, whatever, stones, pulling it down a slope. It was very difficult. I remember this was the job where initially, the first 2 weeks, I went home very, very tired. I couldn't speak, I couldn't what. I had to change my food straight away. I had to eat double what I've been eating. I needed a lot of energy to adjust as a new trucker. You can't imagine what truck drivers, especially pallet moving truck drivers, the ones with a tail lift and a pump truck, you need a lot of energy, You're going to get home and be so tired, too tired to talk. Anyway, once I got used to it, that was the good part. Also, I ended up, that means jumping. I was earning before that as a security guard $250 a week, and then I went to $450 a week, which was a huge jump. This is one job where I was so happy what had happened, and I remember I texted my dad. I said, "Dad, the hard part is finished." I've never forgotten that text. Because to me, I knew that now the hard part is done. I'm gonna now, you know, I'm now good. After I got this thing, I knew I was now right. That was the happy thing, the happy time about it. But the sad part of this story is I think they had promised me on a monthly. At first he said weekly, then he said no, I'll pay you monthly. But then the month ended, 5 weeks ended, we were on the 6th week. Now I was running out of money. Remember, I'm new to this. I've been only guarding security. Now I was running out of money. He wasn't paying me. I'll pay you tomorrow, the other day. I'll pay you tomorrow, the other day. This actually, until I met one geezer called Owen, man from Stonebridge in London, still there actually. Shout out to you, fella. This guy is the one who told me, hey, you're joking. How you want to survive? Take the motor with you to your yard until man pays you. That's what I did. That day, I just drove that truck back to where I lived, parked it outside the house and called the guy and said, now you pay my money and I deliver your goods. I give you back your truck. I'm done. In fact, I'm not delivering. Give me my money and I'm tired of this job. By the end of the day, he had paid me £1,000. He owed me 22,500. So he paid me 1,000. I said, no, that's not going to cut it. That I need more money. I remember it was actually coming towards Christmas time. So my first job was around like November time. So I started my trucking around end of summer, like. But drivers were extremely in demand, very much in demand. Anyway, when I went to sleep, I woke up in the morning and the truck was missing. He had paid 1,000, but there was money missing. So I got that grant and then kept on letter writing, doing this and that. I remember I took him small claims court and things like that until he paid the money eventually. All right, that's how the job ended for me. But after that, I called straight away because now I knew how to drive trucks. I had been driving there for 6 weeks, so now confident on the road. So I was now looking for another job which is not pallets, you know. I remember what else. I think the next job I went for was a company called Antalis. It was a paper company. So that was it. It was magic to me. We were in demand, even if that particular job ended funny. But it's one of the things I've never actually regretted, you know, getting into this trade. Okay, the moral of the story, yeah, is even the most humble person, yeah, if you push a cart into the corner and you got, you know, things and you're hammering, trying to beat up the cart and it's in the corner, even that cart now can get dangerous. That cart can come out and start bite you. Yeah, that's what happened on that one. I was just a worker, I was new, I was what, but then in the end, when I was so desperate, I have nothing to do. It wasn't a police matter. I think even I had called the police. The police said, no, there's no crime, that's domestic. You get your money through any other way. Boom. Till someone commits crime, they're not interested. Yeah, I was pushed in the corner until I got the guy to pay me. Took his lorry to my place there in Kingsbury. It wasn't even parked near me. It's somewhere a couple of yards that way. He got spare keys. That night he came and got another driver and they took the truck. Then the next couple of days I went to pick my car. I hear a friend of mine had told me that they had blocked my car in with another truck and everything. They knew that if I want to come pick the car, then if they don't get their truck, then they can't pick my car, something like that. By the time I went in, after 2 days, the car was free and I just entered and left. That's how it ended. But yeah, from then on, I've skipped jobs, I've done everything, I've gone places, I've done all sorts of jobs. So, can encourage people, if you're new, the avenue right now is you go get an agency, you learn a bit of it and get conversant, and then after you get the experience, if you want, you do move on. If you don't, you stay a bit like me and just work for an agency, and then that's it. So if you haven't had the chance to subscribe to this lovely channel, please do that and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, as well as share it with people who you know would enjoy it. You get. I'm going to go off handing this vehicle and I can make my way home. Okay, stay safe, God bless, love you all.